Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we're going to talk Start Collecting Age of Sigmar Warcry, and today we're going to take a look at one of the original 8 Warcry warbands, the Corvus Cabal. Now, the Corvus Cabal are the sneaky shadow warriors from the original set of Age of Sigmar Warcry, and we're going to talk about all the miniatures that come inside the initial box set, talk about what they do on the tabletop before looking at some other models, some allies, some beasts and stuff like that that we can use to bring into the warband and expand upon. Now, it should be worth noting as well that we will show a sample army list at the end of the video of 1,000 Renown, which will be including some of the things we talked about, making up, additional boxes or adding some other pieces to this initial box set. But the initial box set is 1,000 Renown on the nose, so you will get to play with this box set straight out of it. You won't need to buy anything else to play, as all the rules for Warcry are free to download as well. Now, the Corvus Cabal themselves. So first of all, we get a Shadow Piercer. This is the champion model, and it's actually not the one you might think it is. The Shadow Piercer is on the left, the one holding the raven atop the head with the nice little skull totem back banner thing. Now, the Shadow Piercer has got 2 rune marks. First of all, his leader rune mark is going to be Grizzly Trophy, where a fighter can only use this ability if an enemy fighter has been taken down by an attack action made by them, and until the end of the battle round you add one to the attack's characteristic of melee weapon attack actions made by visible friendly fighters while within 9 inch. On top of that, we also have the Harrying Raven double ability as well. We pick an enemy fighter within 20 inch, and until the end of the battle round, that fighter cannot make disengage actions. So there's some good support abilities there for the fighter. It's 20 wounds, toughness 4, 4 attacks, strength 4, 2/5 on the damage. Pretty stock standard for a Warcry warband champion. Now, the one that everyone, I think, thinks the champion is for this warband, but is in fact your sort of second in command, your big damage dealer, is the Shrike Talon. This is the big winged model in the center. Now, the Shrike Talon has 5 attacks at strength 4, 2/4 on the damage, so slightly less critical damage, but it does have an extra attack over the Shadow Piercer. 20 wounds and toughness 4, though, and a movement of 8. The big ability for this is a triple called Sweeping Attack, where this fighter makes a bonus move action. In addition, if the fighter finishes the move action 3 inch or more vertically lower than the starting position, they can make a bonus attack action. So it's a bonus move and attack if you're up higher, or just a bonus move. Some pretty cool stuff there. Now, we then have Spire Stalkers, and we get 2 of them inside this box set. Spire Stalkers have a rune mark which can be used for a double called Swift Climb. Until the end of the fighter's activation, you don't count vertical distance move when the fighter is climbing, so they can really just run right up spires, they're spire climbers. We then have the 3 different versions of the Cabalists, where you can have either the basic Cabalist with the 2 hand weapon for 4 attacks at strength 3, 1/3 on its damage. You can go for the spear, which will give you 4 attacks at strength 3 as well, but 1/4 on the damage for an extra 15 points though. You also have a 2-inch range. Or you can go with the familiar, which will have a 4 attacks at strength 3, 1/3 on the damage, but 5 points more than your regular Cabalist. But the familiar will also get the Harrying Raven double to stop your opponent being able to retreat, which is all really nice. All the Cabalists are toughness 3 with 8 wounds. So looking at where to go next, for me, definitely a second Corvus Cabal set. I think for any of the Warcry warbands, this is always a great thing to go and pick up. For me, it's all about getting that second Shrike Talon and potentially getting more of your Spire Stalkers, which for me are just really, really solid. The Cabalists aren't generally that great, but they do fill in and they are pretty cheap. Now, alongside this, the Chimera is a really interesting monster to bring around. I think he sort of fits in with a little bit of the story. It's a nice big flying monster you have available to you, which is really, really cool for your force. He's going to be able to do a bunch of different abilities with all of the different heads available to him, which is really cool as well. Can pack out absolute ton of damage with this monster, though he is almost half an average warband's cost all by himself at a nice whopping 390 Renown. Now, we then have Furies as a cool thing to bring into the warband as well. These are fast-moving thralls you can bring into your warband, work really nicely alongside your Shrike Talons and some good support pieces. And then, finally, the last piece to talk about is the Skyfire Aviarch. I think this is a really fun champion to bring in, and there certainly are some other options onto why we're bringing this in. The Corvus Cabal lack any shooting attacks on their actual profiles. While they have access to doubles which can act as shooting attacks, like their Raven Darts, they don't have any actual shooting attacks in the warband. So this can be, you know, a little bit of a missed opportunity for them. So looking at something like a Skyfire Aviarch, even an Ungor Raider Halfhorn, solid pieces to bring in with some decent range that can provide, you know, a nice little bit of splash damage here and there. It also provides some harrying fire across the tabletop for the rest of your forces. And so here we have our sample warbands. Now, we are a little light on wounds and activations in this warband. 7 is slightly below the average of, you know, 8 to 11, 12-ish is around where the average is, so we're slightly under that. But 106 wounds is pretty light on the wounds. For this warband, we've gone with the champion for the Corvus Cabal, the Shadow Piercer, because we have to. And then we've gone 2 Shrike Talons. I think these are just really solid fighters. They can be a little bit costly. Now, if you're wanting more activations in this warband, the way you would definitely do it for me is dropping Spire Stalkers and taking some more Cabalists to get you some extra activations. But we've gone for 2 Spire Stalkers. I think with them, the Shrike Talons, we have some really nice, fast-moving pieces available to us in the warband. We then have a Cabalist with Spear, and then a Cabalist with Familiar as well. The second Harrying Raven's really good. Being able to, you know, get 2 doubles off and stop your opponents retreating is really nice if you've got them outnumbered. And then we are a perfect 1000 Renown for this warband as well. As mentioned, light on wounds and slightly light on activations. If you've been playing with the Corvus Cabal in Warcry, I'd love to hear what your loadout for your warband has been and how you've been going with them down in the comments below. And so that is the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and drop us a comment down below letting us know what you thought about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here, you can do so over on the Sinful Gaming Discord server, which is linked down in the video's description. Also, if you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so either by joining Patreon or YouTube members or grabbing some merch from our Teespring or Ko-fi stores, all of which are linked down in the video's description. Anyone who helps support the channel, we are greatly appreciative of. For our Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out for everyone who does support the channel. So thank you to our Patreon members: Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Love, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Bloobs, Benjamin Swallows, Redman, and DeHaven, Kevin Bowman, Iron Grinch, and our YouTube members: Greenridge Gaming, Kenton Young, Ronya, Lockdoric, the Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weir, and James South. Lastly, a special shout out to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you see on the channel. Thank you so much for all the work you put in on that end. With that said, everyone, don't forget to like and subscribe. Once again, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.